It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. When I see you again.
Darling, you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go? If you say that you are mine, I'll be here till the end of time. So you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
The kids had to say in it. They really created it, bought in, and made the school their own and made it their program. And along with staff members, I think enjoyed working with the kids, or doing those fun things outside of just the normal classroom day.
It's really cool to see the kids in a different light, really making a production their own and putting their own feelings and emotions and thoughts into everything. It creates a lot of buy-in that excites the energy from students. So it's been a pleasure to see it on air.
The kids produce it, the kids come up with the skits, the kids go get the information. So it's student driven, which is how every class should be.
It's different. And it's kids producing, the kids anchoring the news, kids producing, kids reporting, kids editing. It was all the kids doing the work, and I think any time the kids do it, I think the captive audience is right there with 1,500 people in this building. My name is Tom Shannon. I've been teaching at Menomonee Falls High School for 22 years, started in 1993. And we started GMF in 2001, and we did it for 14 years, over 500 shows, and it's been a lot of fun.
Thanks.
That's yours?
Shut up.
No, see it. Pick it up, dog.
Attention seniors. If your plans after high school include any branch of the military, please stop by Student Services and check in with Mrs. Meyer.
Ever since I was little, like all the older kids are always talking about
how excited they were to be on Menomonee Falls, and that's what made it really special for me, is something that I always looked forward to getting to be a part of. I mean, I'm pretty sad to see that it's leaving or going.
Good Morning Falls, from my perspective, as Mr. Shannon's wife, meant that every Thursday night he would be busy from probably 6 o'clock until maybe even midnight putting things together. My favorite part of it is when he would say, "Oh, you gotta come watch this episode with me," before it goes.
Everyone was really excited to watch it. It was when we still had homeroom. Everyone just looked forward to watching it like it was like a movie time or something like that.
It would run the end of third hour, and if you had a class and you couldn't get to a video screen, you had to try and find a classroom where they had a TV or had a flat screen or had something so everybody could watch it.
On Friday at whatever time GMF played, kids would leave that classroom and go somewhere else. There'd be 50, 60, 100 kids in a classroom watching that show. Most kids did not want to miss it. You know, if you'd say go watch, almost every kid would go down to the cafeteria or the library or whatever, so they'd get an opportunity to see that.
GMF when I was in high school was definitely something that everyone, their eyes were glued to the TV. Everyone was always excited for it. Every homeroom, you would sit down on Friday and you'd watch it with your classmates. I mean, it was a cool mutual feeling, like no matter what, there was always something for somebody on there. And it was something different. It was something that would mix your days up, whereas like not just sitting down and listening to announcements over the loudspeaker, which nobody actually listens to what they say on the loudspeaker.
Loudspeaker announcements, very many times that students don't listen, they don't pay very much attention to it, but as soon as GMF comes on, they're totally into it and they want to see it. I teach a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and I can see that they can't wait for the day where they're able to watch it and be part of it and kind of make that imprint on the high school.
I don't know how many times when I was in high school people would come back and be like, "Oh, I didn't hear that on the announcements," but nobody ever misses anything on GMF. You wouldn't see people running around the hallways trying to go to the bathroom. People wanted to stay and they wanted to watch it.
Kids put a lot of time into it and made it everything they have, and like I said, it was their chance to be creative in different ways. It was a fun thing that brought together the school for a little bit. You just always look forward to it because there's some classes that were really, really good at running it, and that made it so much more fun. So it'll always be something that I'll be happy that I was in.
Everyone loved getting involved in it and watching it and seeing how much fun everyone had with it. Honestly, probably be the highlight of the day. Everyone would look forward to watching it. It was just a really good time.
Everybody wanted to watch it. Everybody stopped what they were doing. People started watching it. They just started to do it like every week.
Everyone would run into classrooms, like all the gym classes would run into classrooms just to see GMF because it was exciting and everybody wanted to watch it.
I remember running to the library when I did have third hour study hall just to watch GMF.
They knew third hour's going along. They would skip half third hour, and last 15 minutes they would just stare at the screen and gaze and laugh, and it brought a ton of laughs to everyone.
So then I remember the first Friday, I had no idea what it was, and all these kids were screaming to turn it on. And I was like, oh, what is this big deal? And I had random people coming to my room, and I'm like, I don't even know you. And then we would play it, and the kids would stay after the bell even rung just to finish GMF.
I remember one time the connection wasn't working in my room, and so all the kids were diving into other rooms here to see what was going on. I think it was the homecoming edition.
The fact that it showed me different sides of my students that I didn't necessarily know existed. And then you just hear laughter or different comments about the stories that would be told or the skits that were done.
I think it's neat that it's something special here for us to enjoy. If you said GMF somewhere else, they'd be like, what are you talking about? And to us, it's a big deal. It's something really fun and special.
It's historic. It's, it marks what's been going on in the school for the year, for previous years. It ties in the social culture. I mean, if they do shows that play off of something that's on TV or...
A lot of high school revolved around that show. A lot of things that I remember from high school revolved around that show. And I don't think it was just me. I think we had a very strong media class, and everyone became tight-knit because of GMF. There wasn't another class that did that for me, or for anyone, I don't think, really. When you're that age and you get to be put into this setting, it's really, really cool. And you don't care how old the equipment is or what it is. It's just an experience that, as someone who's that age, you're not gonna get it anywhere else. Working with Shannon is an experience that I personally, even in the next 60 years, will never forget. And I think that it's something that everyone who has worked with him says the same thing. It's his personality mixed with his drive, mixed with his willingness to listen to you, but also his stubbornness at the same time. is so awesome, and it's a personality that, like I said, I will never forget having worked with Shannon. And when I come back, he's absolutely like one of the top teachers on my list to come visit and say hello to.
When you have the captive audience, as I mentioned earlier, of 1,500 people on a Friday morning, that was unique. You don't get that opportunity, and I just thought it was a great opportunity for the kids' communication skills, learn news, learn editing, learn professionalism, and I liked producing the show. But you got to move on, and that's what this is all about, and I've moved on.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.